Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? We are so glad you are here. My name is Sandy Max. I will be your on-set host for the live broadcast where we are going to have some fun and bring some energy, right? Oh, we are going to have some fun. You are here on a very special day for a very special competition, and right now we have a very special presentation. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Commissioner of the Professional Bowlers Association. Please give a warm round of applause to Mr. Tom Clark.
Thank you very much, Sandy. Thank you very much. Sandy from Milwaukee. Welcome. Thanks a lot, for everybody, for coming and for coming early for this special tribute. Obviously, it's awesome to be back in Milwaukee, and we got a cool World Series coming up for a couple of weeks, so I hope you stay tuned and you'll be here. Obviously, this is the Mark Roth, Marshall Holmen PBA Doubles Final that we have today. But as we all know, the namesake of the tournament, Mark Roth, passed away this past November, and it was a huge loss to the bowling community and the sports community. So we're having this tribute here today. This was an event that he loved attending, I can tell you that. He was one of the most iconic players in the history of the PBA, and very special to all of us. Here today, I want to introduce to you are some PBA Hall of Famers, royalty in the house that knew Mark well. Just from, I'll go right from left to right, my left to right. 20 national titles, PBA Hall of Famer Tommy Jones. 35 PBA titles, Parker Bone III. Recently inducted into the PBA Hall of Fame last week, 10 PBA titles, Wes Malott. And with 19 titles, PBA Hall of Famer, PBA Hall of Famer Chris Barnes. The analyst we all love, but he was a great player. He won 13 PBA national titles, PBA Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. And with 22 titles, you see his banner up here. He's the other namesake of this tournament, PBA Hall of Famer Marshall Holmen. So thank you to these. Isn't it? How awesome is it to be in a room with those guys? I mean, that's like being in bowling heaven right there. You can remember all the great memories. With Mark Roth, somewhere along the line, his name changed, and words were added to his name. 2 words, the and great, and he's been known as the Great Mark Roth pretty much for as long as I've known him. And that's the only way I ever describe him, the Great Mark Roth. And we have a really nice video to just remember how great he was.
Every ball you put down has been solid. Please, Mark.
Thanks. And Mark's wife, Denise, is here, right to my left. Thanks for coming, Denise. And we'll meet her just in a few minutes. Mark Roth had 34 PBA national titles in his career. He had 8 in 1 year in 1978. Imagine that dominance. But he had 34 titles in his career. And if you're able to, please rise now and join me for a 34 seconds of silence to remember the great Mark Roth. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and clap. Yeah, thanks. I just think of the ones when I was sitting in my grandma's room watching PBA on ABC TV, and they would always talk about, look at this guy. This guy's unbelievable. He was changing the game, and I was about 9 years old, and you know, I wanted to be like Mark Roth, and you know, the first speaker we want to bring out actually was able to be like Mark Roth from being inspired by him. And so I wanted to bring out Tommy Jones. Tommy.
That was pretty awesome, huh? So, yeah, growing up between the ages of 6 to 10, I was in a bowling center all the time, bowling, watching every show on the weekend, going to bowl my youth league, coming to bowl, and just always getting to watch Mark. Can't tell you how many shots I threw where I was bowling with Mark to beat Marshall. I never bowled with Marshall to beat Mark. I don't know why. But, you know, I was fortunate later in life to become friends with both of them. So we didn't have the things we have today with, like, you guys knowing who made the show and all that stuff. And I'll never forget in '95, Mark's last title, watching the guys run out. You know, you had Traber. I'm like, oh, straight guy, no fun. Then you had Miller. I'm like, okay, things got better. And then Mark came out, and I remember like it was the first Christmas I remember. And, you know, watching him go through that ladder that day, and you just knew it was going to be something special. A couple years later, we're not going to say how many, but when I was, Tom had called me and told me I was going to be in the Hall of Fame, I got a message from Mark. That message was pretty incredible. So you guys always know that, you know, there's people before you, people whatever. Hopefully some of us, some of these guys, some of the EJ Tackett's and things like that, that they inspire you to do what you want to do. And I'm very fortunate of that. So Mark, you will never be forgotten.
Thank you, Tommy. And the next person I want to bring out actually competed very hard against Mark Roth, but he also was his doubles partner on the greatest doubles team ever. To say a few words, Mr. Marshall Holmen.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Well, you know, I've been thinking about this for quite a while since Mark passed away. And first of all, I owe so much to Mark personally because he saw something in a 21-year-old Marshall Holman back in the day, and he asked me to be his doubles partner. And when he did that, he instilled a confidence in me that lasted for the majority of my career. So just by having Mark Roth ask me to bowl with him gave me the you know, the mindset to get things done. Mark was an amazing player. Mark definitely changed the game. The modern game is the way it is because of Mark Roth. Everybody wanted to throw the ball, maybe not exactly like Mark, but we all wanted to throw it with that speed and power. Mark had an ability that was just a complete gift. You couldn't teach it. I remember in the 1977 World Open, Jack Buck, in describing Mark Roth, said, "There's nothing pretty about that style, but gosh, that's powerful." And it was just amazing. Mark loved bowling as much as anybody I know. Mark just loved it. I had an extraordinary passion for the game for the majority of my life. It's tempered quite a bit, and so is my temper. But Mark, I know you're up there watching. I love the fact they got the 710s down there on the lanes, and I'm so glad that Denise is here. It's important that you made this trip. So thank you, Denise, and to my buddy Mark. As the words say, carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. And there is peace for Mark. So I love you, my friend.
Man, my life's flashing before my eyes here, guys. The last 12 years or so of Mark's life were very difficult. He had a stroke in 2009, but he still came to every single doubles tournament that he could come to. He came to the PBA League events that he could attend. We named the PBA League Most Valuable Player Award after Mark Roth. We named this tournament after him. We had a plastic ball championship named after him. This oil pattern right here that's 42 feet on the left lane is named the Mark Roth. So we want to keep remembering him all we can. And the person that helped him through those difficult years and made sure he could make it to these events and has been a rock for the whole bowling community is his wife, Denise. And Denise, I'd like you to come up if you can. All right. Well, he was a great man. What would you like everybody to know about him?
One of a kind, the bigger than life, strength, perseverance. He was my hero on the lanes and off the lanes for the fight. He never gave up, never, never. That wasn't in his vocabulary. He was a kid at heart, but very serious about his career. Very, very much of a pleasure for me to spend time with Mark and watching his greatness on the lanes. And I just want to thank all the fans, because without you guys, you guys have been so much support over the years. And all the friends, all the bowling family, Tom Clark, my family, Mark's family, all of us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. I can tell you in every message sent back and forth between PBA people and bowling people, we always would say, thank God for Denise. And so thanks. I'm glad you were able to make it here today. And these guys, these Hall of Famers that know a little something about bowling, they have a gift for you. Yep. Let her see. Oh. Yeah, that is a beautiful framed photo of Mark from back in the day, signed by most of the players that were in the doubles championship this week, and I hope you enjoy that, Denise. Thanks.